South Africa is located in the southernmost part of the African continent. It is one of the African countries that attracts a lot of tourists every year. Today we share the top 15 most amazing places in South Africa that promise unforgettable experiences. From stunning natural wonders to culturally rich cities, we unveil destinations that captivate your imagination and inspire your next adventure. Starting with number 1, Table Mountain. Number 1 on our list has to be Table Mountain, the jewel in Cape Town's landscape and the most photographed landmark across the country. Take the cable car to the top and take in Table Mountain's bounty of lakes and streams, wildflowers, and dramatic cliffside views over the Western Cape skyline, an absolute must for your South Africa trip. The Table Mountain Aerial Cableway was built in 1929 and reaches over 1,000 meters. If you get spooked by heights, take solace in the fact that millions of people have explored the mountains this way. Love hiking? You can reach the top of the hill after a 1.5-hour walk, though more scenic routes will require a little more navigational prowess. Oh, and there are penguins on the mountain, too. Head to the boulders and prepare yourself for a cuteness overload. At number 2, Kruger National Park. There are over 20 national parks and reserves across South Africa, but Kruger is usually the first you'll hear about. It's the largest by far, stretching over 19,000 square kilometers, from sunlit savanna to lush grazing land for the zebras. Game drives to see the Big Five are popular all year round for tourists and locals alike, i.e. lions, elephants, African buffalo, rhinos and leopards. Kruger National Park isn't too pricey. A day pass entry is around 440 Rand, plus there's budget accommodation available alongside 5-star hotels and lodges for a taste of luxury. Or for something a little more unique, the Kontiki Safari Lodge allows you to sleep in luxury tents and chill around the campfire with fellow travelers, under a canopy of stars. Check out this video to see more. At number 3 in our list, the Garden Route. The Garden Route is a languorous stretch from the East to West Cape provinces. Before you ask, the scenery is as pretty as the name sounds. Take a road trip down the 200 kilometers coastline and watch South Africa's beaches, forests, lakes, and meadows pass by like a dream. On the Garden Route coastline, you can also spot whales, dolphins, sharks, and even penguins on a lucky day. Feeling a little hot and sweaty on your drive? I hope you have AC in your vehicle, though the weather here usually stays below 25 C. Stop off for a swim at Nature's Valley Beach to cool down and grab dinner given the sandstone cliffs of Knysna, one of the best towns to visit in South Africa. At number 4, Mossel Bay. If you were wondering which towns to stop off on the Garden Route, don't miss out on Mossel Bay. This cute coastal town is slap bang in the middle of South Africa's most famous road. As the name cheekily hints, it's also one of the best places to try mussels in the world due to a bountiful supply from the Indian Ocean. Is it just me, or do seals remind you of sea dogs? You can see hundreds by boat, all cozied up on Seal Island, another apt name. For those looking for an adrenaline-pumping experience, shark cage diving is also available on Mossel Bay, while wine tasting and the scenic Diaz train route are perfect for relaxing and watching the African sun drop low. At number 5 in our list, Storms River. On the eastern tip of Garden Route lies Storms River, where the humongous waves crash like clockwork. You can check out a suspension bridge and see the river from a height, as well as Tsitsikamma National Park, Africa's first national marine park. Storms River runs through Tsitsikamma, meaning the place of much water, in Khoisan, one of 12 official languages across SA. From boat rides to scuba and hiking trails, there are loads of things to do by the river mouth that'll suit the more adventurous types. At number 6, Johannesburg. Look up in Johannesburg and you'll see clear blue skies, rows of skyscrapers, and perhaps a spotted eagle owl swooping by, if you're lucky. One of South Africa's main cultural and financial hubs, Johannesburg is only around 150 years old and most of the people living there are aged 39. The city's youth and inhabitants are distilled in the striking street art and murals you'll find all over. Constitution Hill, Jewel City Precinct, and Newtown are great for spotting some of the major works, including Dibong's tribute to South African jazz musicians. Johannesburg got a bad rep in the past for crime, but this has calmed down in recent years. Traveling with an experienced guide is perhaps the best way to see South Africa, as there is so much history to soak in and you won't want to miss anything, like the town of Soweto, for instance. This is where you can see Mandela House, the beloved leader's home at one time, and a National Heritage Site, to boot. At number 7, Robben Island. The site where Nelson Mandela was imprisoned for many years, Robben Island is a place of historical significance for South Africans and the world. In the 17th and 20th centuries, this beautiful island was a military base, a hospital for disadvantaged groups, and a prison. After the end of apartheid, it developed into a haven for locals and tourists alike, though the somber history of the island remains. A guided tour is probably the best way to experience Robben Island's wealth of rare plants and fauna, as well as learn more about Nelson Mandela's secret activism while he was imprisoned. At number 8 in our list, Cango Caves. Ever walked through caves more than 20 million years old? Exploring Cango Caves is a great way to connect with indigenous history, and it's a suitable hike for all levels of fitness, though if you get claustrophobic, you might want to skip this one out. It's eerily beautiful in Cango Caves, with awesome stalactites, glittering ceilings, and unusual rock formations. Take the adventure tour and you'll get to crawl through narrow passageways with only small lights to guide you. Fancy the challenge? At number 9, Golden Gate Highlands National Park. Situated on the tip of the Lesotho border, Golden Gate Highlands National Park is a bit of a mouthful to say, but it's one of the best places to visit in South Africa for nature lovers. You can watch zebra and wildebeest graze on the park's foothills, while the kaleidoscope of wildflowers will keep your Instagram feed nicely topped up. At number 10, KwaZulu-Natal. KwaZulu-Natal wasn't recognized as an official province during the apartheid. Now, the area is celebrated as the place of the Zulus, which are people who have lived on the land for centuries. Zulu culture is distinct for its vibrant art, weave work, and pottery, which have become well known across the world. There are traditional Zulu homesteads across the region, where you can experience a taste of what life is like for locals here. Hike the Drakensberg Mountains, or take a cruise off the sprawling coastline. You might even spot a hippo. At number 11 in our list, Addo Elephant Park. I know what you're about to say. Why wasn't a national park with 600 elephants number 1 on our list? That maybe goes to show how many amazing places to visit there are in South Africa. Nevertheless, Addo Elephant Park is a must-see. A drive through the 200-plus square mile reserve will offer countless photo opportunities of the Big Five, with lions recently reintroduced to the habitat. 2 elephants fighting in a field with mountains in the background, showcasing one of the best places to visit in South Africa. At number 12, Blyde River Canyon. If you didn't get time to visit the Grand Canyon on your travel bucket list, Blyde River Canyon is almost as epic. It's thought to be the 3rd largest canyon in the world. Outdoor activities are aplenty in this area, with opportunities for horse riding, fishing, hikes, and even helicopter or hot air balloon rides. The view from 750 meters is unmissable, trust. One of the best places to visit in South Africa is a cliff top overlooking a stunning lake, where a man enjoys a breathtaking view. At number 13, Plettenberg Bay. If Blyde River is the place to get down and dirty with nature, Plettenberg Bay is perhaps the Beverly Hills of South Africa. The wealthy come every summer for holidays and cruises off the coastline. So, expect food and drinks to be a little more pricey here, though sunset whale watching in the bay will make you forget your bank balance ever existed. At number 14, Drakensberg Region. Of course, the Drakensberg Mountains are the main sight to see here, with hiking trails and streams tracing the rocky terrain up to Cathedral's Peak, 3,004 meters. These mountains are known as Imponjwana by the native Amangwane people. If you want to learn more about the indigenous history of the land, look out for rock art sketches and frescoes in the mountains, painted thousands of years ago by local tribes. There are over 3,000 of them in this area, one of the main reasons Drakensberg achieved World Heritage status in 1997. Check out the number 15 places in our list, South African wine regions. White, red, or rose. You might find you have a little more choice than your standard bar order in South Africa, where there are over 500 wineries. People from all over come to sample wine in the many vineyards across Cape Town, most notably Western Cape. The region boasts some of the best vintages in the world. Head to Stellenbosch, Paarl, Worcester, and Franschhoek to begin your wine tour of South Africa. Then hit up some of the smaller local wineries, like Spire. The winemakers here throw epic food and wine parties, but are also part of a select group of winemakers known as WWF Conservation Champions. This is a title reserved only for winemakers who are committed to conserving Cape Town's unique biodiversity and spearheading innovations in water and energy efficiency. Thank you for watching Vacation Plus. We hope you've been inspired to explore new horizons and experience unforgettable adventures. Subscribe for more travel inspiration and tips. Safe travels, and see you next time on Vacation Plus.